Hey guys, so this is the continuation of the bridging visa that I created earlier. I forgot to put it in the tutorial how you can pay your bridging visa into the EMI account. And again, this could be only applicable if you are under merits or your visa got refused and you're waiting for an outcome on your tribunal. Because like if you already have substantive visa, you can just easily have a you can easily apply into your EMI account and it will automatically generate a bridging visa B for you. Now what's happened on my end is on top of my kind of like my skilled visa, um, I do have a temporary like 485 visa that is currently under merits, and I don't want to withdraw it because I mean, we already paid for it and it's just like a human kind of error. So my bridging visa for the skilled, bridging visa B for the skilled is not active because usually you can only have or you can only hold one visa at the same time. So I need to apply for bridging visa B again for that is under my 485 visa. Hope that making sense. But again, I already applied a bridging visa B on this before, but the travel date is already expired, so I need to apply again. All right, so go back to the bridging visa information. You need to pay $190, and then again, if you are under merits, there's no option for you to apply in the online portal, so you need to do it in this part in here. If you want to see the tutorial how did I apply my bridging visa form, check on, I'm going to put it in a link description below, but basically you just need to fill in all the details and make sure as well that you let me just jump in here, make sure that you fill up the either the 1105 or 1106. So 05 is for bridging visa A and 1006 is for bridging visa B. So make sure you apply that because I did apply earlier and then I forgot because I've already done this before, but I forgot to put in my application bridging fee, so I got um I got rejected. However, I was able to refund the $190. So just make sure, just to avoid this kind of like error, make sure that you also fill up the form, the 1006, if you apply for a bridging visa B. So again, I have a tutorial on that. Check out on the tutorial how you can fill out this information in here and what you need to put in. Now, once you're ready, because in the bridging visa B form, you need to also attach your receipt or your payment proof. So you need to log into your EMI account and then go into in the part called My Payments, and then in the My Payments option, you have an option prepay paper service or pay an invoice. So you click the prepay paper service, and then um in here you pick the closest like application. With the bridging visa B, obviously it's not a citizenship, it's not an additional application for like paper, so you need to, it's not also an EMI card application. So to be safe, just click on pay other application, or you can also pick on the pay for online application. So I'm gonna just pick pay other applications just to be safe, and then in here processing time, processing office, you pick which part is closest to you. If you live in obviously any of this state, Melbourne, or right now the closest state which I am living right now in Tasmania, I'm gonna hit Hobart office, and then you put in your name and your date of birth, and then how much well, it's not working. Maybe you need to really, yeah, I think you really need to pick it instead of manually just, so it needs to be my birthday. Just show, oh, Why it's not working? All right. $31 should be good to go. And then amount of the bridging visa is 100. Let's go back to the email account. It costs $190. You put in $190 in here, and then you put what is for the estimated amount of prepayment. Click on the calculate button. I mean, you can click on the calculate button if you want to. But you already know how much it costs. Like you can see it in here that it's $190. And then what is, you just need to put in the comments of what this payment all about. I'm gonna put in bridging visa B, and then what subclass is this? Is subclass for 020, 020, and then you click on continue. Oh, it shouldn't be, it's not allowed to put in a special character. Maybe that one is fine, hopefully. And if it's not, I'll just put something like that. Click on continue, and then you're gonna be asking your credit card details. So I'm gonna pause this for a while. I'll just check out, and then I'll show it to you where you can put in your receipt number into your form. All right, so I already applied for my bridging visa, and this is my receipt number. And then make sure as well that you download the receipt, because you need to upload that into the form, like in here. And also, just wanna also I put this one in the tutorial. The full tutorial about filling up this form is in the description below. I'll link in my other tutorial and how you can fill out this form correctly. But just want to quickly glance to you in here that when you sign up your bridging visa form or 1006, you need to put in your receipt number in here. So you need to put it in here, and then once you already fill out the form in here. And by the way, I also cover in the other tutorial how you can fill up this form, so check it out. And then once you already fill this out and sign you put in your signature, you go back in here and then you upload the form. And then at the same time as well, you need to attach the receipt in here, the scanned receipt. Now I also mentioned in my other tutorial that you really don't need to pay like a ticket in advance, but having that would be helpful. But it's not really it's not mandatory. But you can the best thing you should be putting in your bridging visa B application is to explain the reason why you want to travel overseas. So yeah, hope that helps. Make sure you check on my other YouTube video to see the full process and how you can apply your bridging visa B under judicial merit. Thank you and have a great day.